Hello, Los Angeles Lakers fans. We are back with an exclusive video brought to you. For the latest updates, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It is important to stay informed. Daily news. Without further ado, let's get to the point. We've received word that it's time for the Los Angeles Lakers to seriously consider a move, especially when it comes to D'Angelo Russell. After a promising start to the 2024 season, winning 2 of their first 3 games, the Lakers have stumbled and lost 2 straight. Cracks are beginning to appear in the team that had high hopes for this season. Issues such as underwhelming production from a second unit and Gabe Vincent's struggle to carve out a role for himself are worrisome. While new head coach J.J. Redick has made several significant changes, the most glaring issue may be Russell's inconsistent performance. In the recent blowout loss to the Cavaliers, Russell's stats were disappointing. Just 10 points, 5 assists and 3 rebounds. His shooting was especially alarming, with just 2 hits on 7 attempts from the field. This led to frustration among fans, who took to Twitter in a wave of panic. At this point, in his 5th season with the Lakers, fans are well aware of what to expect from Russell, a player who vacillates between brilliance and mediocrity. With 3 lackluster performances this season, contrasted with 2 solid showings, fans may finally be right to want a trade. The Lakers desperately need a reliable player to complement the talents of LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Despite being recognized as one of the team's top scorers, Russell has struggled, making just 7 of his 28 three-point attempts in 5 games under Redick. With the focus now on maximizing the contributions of Anthony Davis and Austin Reeves, Russell finds himself in a precarious position. It's becoming clear that he can't be considered a vital asset in the new system. That raises questions about his future. With Russell's current contract valued at $18.6 million set to expire, he finds himself in a unique position. As such, becoming an unrestricted free agent in the summer of 2025 could lead the Lakers to consider trading him. Not only would a trade alleviate salary cap concerns, but it would also open the door to acquiring a player better suited to the team's needs. Plus, Russell's defensive shortcomings and playoff discrepancies are hard to ignore. While Russell can score during the regular season, the Lakers need a player who can step up when the stakes are high. Since Russell doesn't fit that profile, the Lakers could consider trading him before the February deadline. With Austin Reeves ready to take on more responsibility, the Lakers have the flexibility to look for a true defender or consistent shooter, which is essential to any serious championship plans in 2025. With LeBron approaching 40, the urgency to take a significant step forward has never been clearer. Russell, already the subject of trade rumors, has been traded 4 times during his first 9 NBA seasons. It's a defining moment for the Lakers. The Lakers, a franchise accustomed to success, know that time is a limited resource when it comes to capitalizing on LeBron James' final years at the highest level. That puts additional pressure on the management team to make assertive decisions and avoid risky gambles. While D'Angelo Russell remains a useful piece at times, the search for stability and impact on both ends of the court is essential. The market offers some interesting options, such as young prospects or experienced veterans who could fill specific roles to strengthen the roster. Additionally, the presence of MAXEY as a potential acquisition is a game-changer. His ability to create opportunities for himself and others, coupled with his defensive tenacity, offers an exciting prospect. MAXEY, with a point-to-prove mentality, could bring the energy needed to revitalize the locker room and redefine the team's aspirations. Another crucial area the Lakers need to address is bench depth. The inconsistent performances of the second unit have already raised concerns. Finding defensive specialists, reliable perimeter shooters and versatile pieces to ease the load on LeBron and Davis will be key. At the same time, chemistry between players must be a priority. While individual talent is essential, NBA history has proven that titles are won by teams that function as cohesive units. J.J. Redick, as a coach in his first season, also faces the responsibility of shaping a clear identity for the Lakers, a system that allows players to thrive within their roles without overburdening the top stars. Beyond the technical impact, there's also an emotional appeal for fans. A potential major change could rekindle hope in a passionate but demanding fan base. The Lakers have always been seen as a franchise that strives for excellence at any cost. To stagnate at this critical juncture would be unforgivable for an organization that has built its reputation on big gambles and historic achievements. The clock is ticking, and the next moves will define not only the current season, but also the legacy of this generation of players. In the meantime, the NBA world is watching closely, waiting to see if the Los Angeles Lakers can make the leap they need to become serious title contenders again. Beyond the immediate issues of performance and trades, the Lakers face a larger strategic planning issue. The franchise must balance its current competitive needs with its long-term future. With LeBron James nearing the end of his career, leadership succession within the team becomes a crucial issue. Anthony Davis, despite being a generational talent, has a history of injuries that raises questions about his ability to consistently lead. It is in this context that players like Austin Reeves and potential acquisitions like Tyrese Maxey gain even more relevance, not only for their contributions in the present, but as central pieces in building the Lakers' next competitive core. The franchise knows that it cannot repeat the mistakes of the past, when it bet everything on the short term and neglected to renew talent in the medium and long term. Furthermore, managing the salary cap will be a key challenge. With significant contracts on the line and the need to maintain flexibility for future moves, the leadership team, led by Rob Pelinka, will need to demonstrate creativity in negotiations. Players who are undervalued on the market but have high potential may become strategic targets to build a more balanced roster. Another aspect to consider is the psychological impact of changes to the team. A significant trade, especially involving a player like Russell, can drastically alter the locker room dynamic. Clear communication and expectation management from head coach J.J. Redick and the team leadership will be key to maintaining focus and unity. Beyond the on-court issues, the Lakers' presence as one of the NBA's most iconic franchises also adds additional pressure. The expectation is not just to compete, but to dominate. The weight of representing one of basketball's greatest dynasties is felt by everyone involved. Finally, the Lakers fan base, known as one of the most loyal and demanding in the league, also plays a key role. Keeping the fans engaged and confident will be crucial to keeping the team's spirits high. The upcoming trade window and on-court performances in the upcoming games will be the true test of whether the Lakers can turn their promises into concrete results. With the season underway and critical decisions looming, the Lakers also need to consider the impact of developing their young players. In addition to Austin Reeves, who has already proven his worth, there are other emerging talents who could be key to the roster but have yet to receive enough minutes to fully develop. Balancing the timing of promising young players with the pressure to win now will be one of J.J. Redick's biggest strategic challenges. Another relevant point is preparation for the decisive moments of the season. The playoffs are an environment where weaknesses are brutally exposed, and the Lakers must identify their structural vulnerabilities now. Recent history has shown that the ability to adapt and tactically adjust during a playoff series can be the difference between early elimination and a deep run. Redick, in his managerial debut, will have the opportunity to prove he can be that adaptable tactician. In addition to technical and tactical issues, there is the physical aspect. The health of Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and other important players will be a decisive factor in the final stretch of the season. The Lakers' medical and performance staff will need to implement load management and injury prevention strategies that ensure key players reach the playoffs in optimal condition. From a trade perspective, the February window is not only an opportunity to bring in reinforcements, but also to evaluate what can be traded without upsetting the team's balance. Players who currently have limited roles or contracts that don't align with the future of the franchise can be included in trade packages that help attract talent that better fits the team's needs. Finally, the long-term vision of the franchise should not be overlooked. Even if the immediate priority is maximizing title chances with LeBron and Davis, the sustainability of the Lakers' success will depend on how they plan to transition into the next era. Ensuring that the franchise's legacy of excellence continues is not only a duty to the fans, but also a hallmark of the Lakers as an organization. The clock is ticking, and every move from here on out will carry the weight of shaping the present and future of the franchise. The Lakers have all the tools to get back to the top. The challenge is using them in the right way, at the right time. As strategic decisions intensify, another important point to watch is the value D'Angelo Russell could command in a potential future contract. His current contract situation puts him in a unique position, as he is set to become an unrestricted free agent in the summer of 2025 with an $18.6 million contract set to expire. This could impact trade negotiations, as the Lakers or any other interested teams will need to consider not only the immediate value of his performance, but also what he could command financially in his next contract. D'Angelo Russell, with his free agent status, will have a lot of bargaining power. Even though his season has been inconsistent thus far, his offensive ability and experience in the league still make him a valuable asset on the market. Should the Lakers opt to keep him until his contract expires, he could negotiate a new deal, possibly with a salary increase, given that he has the potential to be a game-winning shooter and playmaker, qualities that many teams look for, especially in a player who could be the third or fourth option on a star team. If Russell is traded before the February deadline, he could also be a target for teams looking to add an offensive fulcrum who could offer him a larger or more guaranteed contract than the Lakers are willing to offer, given the health of their key players and the impact on the salary cap. Either way, the expectation is that he could receive a significant offer, potentially higher than what he is currently receiving with the Lakers, given the value he could bring to a new team. The question is whether, amid the negotiation and possible trade, the Lakers are willing to risk losing Russell for more financial flexibility, or whether they will decide to invest in his future by keeping him on the team and betting on his long-term potential. In that scenario, determining the value of Russell's next contract, whether he stays or is traded, will be one of the key decisions that will shape the franchise for years to come. Beyond the financial and strategic issues, D'Angelo Russell's future with the Los Angeles Lakers will also depend on how he performs in critical moments, especially in the coming weeks. While the team has been challenged by a series of inconsistent performances, Russell has the opportunity to turn the tide of their season and show that he is capable of stepping up when it matters most. If he can excel in key games, especially against strong opponents, he could reverse the negative perception about his value and increase his trade potential. Another factor to consider is the psychological impact of a trade. Should the Lakers decide to move forward with Russell, it is important that he and the team are prepared to deal with the effects of such a move. Trades can be disruptive to the team's dynamic, but they can also serve as a catalyst for new development and new energy. Adjusting to a new role, whether in Los Angeles or with another franchise, will be crucial for Russell to continue to develop as a player. If the Lakers opt not to make a trade, they will have to decide whether to keep him as an integral part of the team going forward or whether he will become a transitional piece depending on how the rest of the season plays out. Given the volatile nature of his recent performance, the next few weeks will be key in determining whether he stays. Additionally, the development of other players on the roster, such as Austin Reeves and even younger players, could impact the need to retain a player like Russell. If other members of the team emerge as more reliable or complementary solutions to LeBron James and Anthony Davis, the decision to keep Russell on the team will be even more difficult. Either way, the fact remains that regardless of the Lakers' decision, D'Angelo Russell's future in Los Angeles and his value on the NBA market are at stake. How he responds to these pressures and how the Lakers shape the near future will determine the ultimate impact of his career with the franchise and the value he commands in his next contract. With D'Angelo Russell's future still open, another important aspect that could impact his career with the Lakers is the team's performance in the coming weeks. A team's success in subsequent games will be essential not only for qualifying for the playoffs, but also for evaluating each player's role in the quest for the title. If the Lakers continue to waver, it could put even more pressure on trade decisions, with Russell being one of the most visible pieces for adjustments. Pressure from fans and the media cannot be ignored either. Lakers fans, known for their passion and demands, expect the franchise to make quick and effective decisions to keep the team competitive, especially with LeBron James already in a more advanced stage of his career. Russell's performance, as well as his behavior in critical situations, will be constantly analyzed, making him a pressure point on and off the court. In a market like Los Angeles, where the media is constantly relentless, a player's psychology can significantly influence his evaluation. Additionally, the impact on other franchises must also be considered. Trades and exchanges with other teams in the league could open up new opportunities for the Lakers or even increase competition for certain players. Teams looking for playoff reinforcements could be interested in Russell, which could trigger a trade that benefits all parties involved. In this scenario, the Lakers will have to act quickly and accurately to ensure that any move directly benefits their championship aspirations. It's also important to watch J.J. Redick's adaptation to the team. As a first-time coach, his ability to manage player expectations and play to individual strengths will be tested. How he adjusts to using players like Russell could be crucial. While Redick is still adjusting, his ability to deal with different personalities and player profiles will be a key differentiator as the season progresses. As the trade deadline approaches and the season heads into its final stretch, the decisions made regarding D'Angelo Russell and the future of the team as a whole will determine the direction of the Lakers for years to come. They need to be assertive and strategic, especially considering the short time left on LeBron James' reign. As the season progresses, a key aspect will be how the Lakers deal with the issue of complementing LeBron James and Anthony Davis, ensuring the pieces around them fit together seamlessly. Russell's performance in the upcoming games could be crucial not only to his own survival in the team, but also to the team's overall balance. The Lakers need a solid rotation, and any player who doesn't fit into Redick's system could be considered a trade piece. If Russell can increase his consistency and contribute more effectively at high-level games, he could become a valuable asset not only to the Lakers, but also on the market. Russell's value isn't just determined by his stats, but also by his ability to transition to a style of play that's more suited to what the Lakers need. He has skills that could be better utilized in a more adjusted tactical system, which could increase his appeal to other teams in the league. Another factor that could influence the Lakers' decision regarding Russell is the performance of other players who are showing great potential, such as Austin Reaves. Reaves' development as a playmaker and additional offensive option could reduce the reliance on Russell, making him less of a central piece of the team. The combination of LeBron, Davis, Reaves, and other key players could create a chemistry that minimizes the impact of a player who isn't fully aligned with the team's vision. The team's flexibility to make changes also depends on how the transfer market evolves. Teams like the Lakers have a network of contacts in the market that goes beyond individual statistics and results. The knowledge of how each player can complement a star of LeBron James' caliber is an important asset for the Lakers. A successful trade could not only improve the team, but also ease the pressure on LeBron and Davis having to shoulder a heavy load during the playoffs. Furthermore, the long-term vision of the franchise is intertwined with these decisions. Russell's departure could free up cap space for a player better suited to the current system or allow for young talent to enter, while still keeping the Lakers competitive. However, if the team decides to bet on Russell's consistency and offer him a new contract, it could signal their intention to build something more sustainable alongside LeBron and Davis. These decisions will be critical in determining the trajectory of the franchise in the coming years, especially with the futures of LeBron and Davis hanging in the balance. If the Lakers can strike a balance between competing for titles now and preparing the team for the future, they can continue to be a dominant force in the NBA.